This is life, and what a good time to be alive. Remember what a glory it is to be alive right now.
Welcome to the party. That's really weird. And then basically, if you can just tell us how you're feeling right now in this moment.
How am I feeling right now? Pretty cold actually.
Yeah.
Pretty cold outside. I'm feeling quite excited today.
Yeah?
Yeah, feeling quite good. I'm going to meet some good people that I love. So I just know it's going to be a good evening, so I'm quite excited. Yeah.
Do you normally feel excited?
No.
No. Oh, that's straight up no.
No, not at all. I think there's days that, of course, if I'm working, if I'm doing something I don't really want to do, I love my work, but I feel all kinds of things.
That's nice.
So, I mean, I guess that's normal, but I wake up feeling like this. But I think for 2018, I want to kind of have a positive outlook on everything.
Yeah.
Because I think that I'm so used to this negative way of thinking that it's just almost, I'm just accustomed to it, it's just natural. And I just kind of go, oh, this is going to be shit. And I think the more that you think like that, it is going to be shit. So now it's just about, you know, we were talking once about gratitude and just showing appreciation for everything. Because the truth is, it's great, I've got a job, you know, got a house, you know what I mean, all these simple things. So I think that's what I want this year to be more about, because it's so easy to get sort of caught up in the negativity of the world. But yeah, man, since New Year's I've been feeling pretty good.
That's nice.
Yeah, pretty good. So hopefully keep this up.
How are you, is there anything you're doing in particular to get this positive mindset that you say?
I think, you know, I told you I went to Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely plays a key part, because it's given me this inspiration and this feeling of just immense, you know, ecstasy that I was telling you about. And when I was there for the month, it was like the whole month, I was just completely zen, happy, positive, and I want to dwell in that feeling. I want to keep that feeling up. And I know it's possible, and I think that you know, over the years we all teach ourselves. This is all like, you know, we're conditioned to think a certain way from like when we were young. And I think over the years I've been doing we talk about it a lot, but lots about soul searching. And I feel like I know why I'm like that. So now it's like I'm ready to take the steps and changing this. I say it's like so much, don't I? Joel says that to me all the time. Every sentence is like this, like.
What are you saying now? You said you want to change. What is it that you're wanting to change? You mean the positivity or something?
Wanting to change. So yeah, I guess I think that there's a massive lack of appreciation that I have for the simple things.
Okay.
And I think that, you know, we take everything for granted, and I know I do. And like I was saying, like I just want to have a different outlook on everything, and nothing really is shit. You know, when I go to Sri Lanka and I see the way that people are suffering, and I sometimes think to myself, Like I met this boy, the most beautiful boy. He's like my brother, I call him my brother. We met on Facebook, which is really weird, but we met because I was doing some volunteering and I met a guy who's paralysed and he was one of his friends. So he's 21, he's waist down paralysed, the most just zen, positive, determination. And I sit there and I'm like, fuck, this boy's amazing. Like honestly, it makes me feel really just in awe. And the other guy that I mentioned, who I met him through, he's even more, he's just incredible. I met with him to ask him, you know, what can I do? This is the first time I went. I said, what can I do to change your situation, improve your quality of life? And he was just saying, you know, forget about me, I want to help others. And he's spent,
That's so nice.
he's incredible, Jess. He's just spent his whole, like since he's developed this problem, like in the war, he became paralysed, he's just devoted his whole life to empowering other young people. And, you know, there's lots of young people, I heard about it because there's lots of young people depressed, suicidal. So then you've got individuals like that really does, I guess that experience in Sri Lanka, it was really grounding. And it made me realise, like, I've just lost perception of things.
So it kind of had to open your perspective in your life and shed light.
Yeah, definitely. I think it did. And I came back feeling like, you know, everybody commented, I'm sure you noticed, I was like, I just couldn't stop talking. I was just so ecstatic, and I think that ecstasy was, it was just me, seeing the change that I was able to make and realising I want to do more of this. You know, we talk about this a lot, you know, I want to, doing things for other people, it's not just that it makes me feel great about myself, but having an impact on that person's life. That definitely gives me the most satisfaction out of anything in this world. You know, the first time I went, I remember I came back and I thought to myself, isn't it funny, you know, when I get a new perfume, I love clothes, I am into material things, I think most people are, different kind of, you know, material obsessions. But yeah, it just made me think, I don't really need, it's nice to have the opportunity to have these things, but the truth is, this doesn't really define my happiness, and I still love it. I'm still into fashion. It's not that I'm going to come back and suddenly grow dreadlocks and be a hippie, but it's just that I realised there's a whole lot more to me, and I think this has just been a personal journey, just discovering really who I am and what makes me tick.
Nice. Can you just explain what you were doing in Sri Lanka?
Oh God, yes. So I went to Sri Lanka about 2 years ago, and the first time I went, I'd gone to Cambodia with some friends, and then I diverted and went to Sri Lanka by myself. And my intention was to do some volunteering, because I met this lovely guy back in London who was telling me there's a dire situation in Sri Lanka, and I've always known, you know, I've grown up knowing what's happening in Sri Lanka because my parents were born there, but we closely kind of follow the situation and what's going on. So there's a war that ended in Sri Lanka in 2009, and after that there's just so much kind of devastation that you would get after these kind of things. So there's still so much ongoing suffering, you know, although the war's over, you think, it's great, dandy. So anyway, this guy shed light on the fact that there are lots of paralysed people, and they became paralysed through shelling, you know, mine bombs that were placed on the floor. all kinds of ages. So I heard that a lot of these individuals don't have the right care. They're just laying there with pressure sores. That's a big issue. And pressure sores as deep as the bone, just pure agony. And some have committed suicide because of this. And I just thought, you know what? I'm a nurse. I want to help these people. I want to do something. So as soon as he told me, I just thought, right, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to utilise, my experience, my nurse experience, and go there and see what I can offer. And it's funny because beforehand I did have this view that I don't think I can do much, like as in, I have a lack of belief in myself in a way. It's weird, but I just thought, oh God, I don't know if I can I do? Yeah, I want to do this, but what can I offer? And then I went, and it was just like I stepped into the role.
Wow.
And it didn't even take any preparing myself. I was just like, boom. It was me, a doctor, and some of the other team from the charity, and we'd just go from house to house in the poorest parts of a place called Vanni in northeast Sri Lanka. And, well, it's the area that, when I say poor, I mean the most left devastated since the war. And then we'd go to these individuals that the charity have heard about who are really in need. And I'd go and introduce myself, introduce the team, why I'm here. And it's really funny because I had to have this conversation in Tamil, my native tongue. And it really challenged my Tamil. I was literally stuttering. It would flow, but then every now and then there's just that word, for example, quality of life. How do I say that? So then I'd look at my team and I'd be like, so how do you say quality of life? So it really required all of us to get involved. And some of the individuals broke down, and some of them, oh God, I met so many individuals. I honestly, to talk about them all and the effect they've had on me is just profound. And it's like, so there's only so much that I can do. So there and then I kind of try to do bits and pieces for people, get them wheelchairs, mattresses, even toys, educational toys, and physiotherapy equipment, dressings for the wounds, and gave them advice on how to look after wounds, because that's a huge thing that we deal with in our hospitals in the UK. It costs a lot of money basically to not prevent, but to get rid of a pressure sore once it develops. So it's a huge problem. It's like a crisis in the NHS, and they're trying to tackle it by giving really good prevention for pressure sores. So anyway, so all that knowledge I already have about that, I just thought, right, let me try and empower these people, tell them about it. And then, the response was great. Tamil people are they're quite timid. They're not proud people, they're very humble, and they'd immediately run up to you and give you a chair, and I hate that. I was just like, do you know what, let me just sit down with you and we can talk, let's just talk, chill, and then they'd tell me their story, and it's so heartbreaking, but at the same time, I'm just thinking, what can we do? The situation is so dire, what can we do? And so, a few individuals I was able to make a difference to, so I kind of came back and thought, man, how do I do this? How do I do this back to my nursing job, my reality? And then that's why I'm going to I've already been in touch with lots of friends, family. We're going to try and work on this together. So it's a long-term thing. It's not going to happen straight away, but I'm really excited, and
really cool.
Yeah, man, it's good.
How did you overcome that idea that you didn't have much to offer?
I have self-limiting thoughts all the time. It's really strange, but I remember when I first met you, you were like, you're really confident. And I am confident, but there's an internal dialogue which I have to which I've always battled with. which tells me that you can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, battling with that, and I have like mental health issues, which is all linked to, you know, why I think this way. But I think I've let it hold me back for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I mean, even me saying this now, and I'm
Should
talking
be
to you,
talk about
I was thinking, should I say it, should I not? No, because this is what I have. And
it's the truth.
It's the truth. And I'd say probably 10% of the people in my life know this.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's weird.
Wow.
It doesn't hold me back to that extent, because you know, I'm doing things to help myself,
Mm-hmm.
and also, you know, I tell myself, no, you know, I've found this new way of thinking, I can do this, and I'm challenging those thoughts that I've always had for years. So yeah, and I think that seeing what I was able to do when I went to Sri Lanka, that was, I think, a turning point.
Nice.
Definitely a turning point, and also
A turning point, like, actually for yourself.
yeah, I think that was a turning point for myself, and it kind of made me feel like there's so much I can offer, that I have to offer, and I want to do this, and I want to.
Nice. Yeah.
I've always had this feeling like I just want to do things to help others. Like if I see anyone in pain, it could even be on a smaller scale. If I see someone in pain, see a homeless person, I've always had this from since I was young, this feeling of I want to do something for that person, I want to help them,
Yeah.
I want to make them smile, and it's funny because my dad is exactly the same, and my mum, and growing up, I've always seen how they're so giving and charitable and loving, and anyway, so I just I admired that, and I guess, you know, I didn't have a perfect upbringing, but that was something that had a profound positive effect on me, and I naturally just wanted to start doing stuff. And also Joel's another huge influence, I'd say.
Joel is
my boyfriend. He is the first person to really, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, my whole family, like my mum, especially my mum and sister, they just ooze with love for me, and they're just so supportive, and they're just so beautiful. But Joel, I think, is probably the first person to tell me I'm worthy, and it's not that we all need to be told that we're worthy by somebody. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that as soon as he told me.
That's temporary.
Yeah. As soon as he told me, it wasn't like, oh my God, I'm worthy. Yes.
Yeah, I found it.
But it was more like, do you know what? I couldn't accept it, at first I couldn't accept it, so I've been, 4 years with Joel, and at first I just used to think, you know, you're gorgeous. Even me without my makeup, hair scruffy in a bun.
So basically your whole life you've been battling with this. Like...
Oh yeah, in every, you know, not even just...
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, not even just in terms of like capabilities, but it's in terms of like appearance, body weight.
Yeah, everything. Wow.
Yeah, and I think that it's interesting, but going into my late 20s, I've definitely felt, it's not that I'm like, yeah, I'm finally just fully accept myself, but I'm working on that, and I can see I'm more heading towards, and yeah, Joel's been an amazing influence or impact.
Maybe when he said that to you as well, was it more just like, oh yeah, maybe remembering?
Yeah. So when I feel like it's gone from, okay, he's just saying that he likes me, this guy likes me.
Okay, yeah.
But he believes, I can see, you know, how wholeheartedly he believes in me, and he just thinks, just the things he says, and he sees so much beauty, and he often says it kills him that I can't see it.
Mm.
Um,
Do you think that you will be able to say those things about yourself
yeah.
now, or getting there?
I think I'm getting there.
Nice, that's so cool.
Yeah, I think I'm getting there because, you know, with so much love around me, like I have got so much beauty. I've got so many beautiful friends, family, who are just genuine,
Yeah.
positive, inspiring people that make me feel like, yeah, you know what? I just feel like I can. The love around me is just great, and it's just that makes a huge difference because, you know, there's lots of these quotes that say who you surround yourself with is just so important for your mental well-being, and I think that I don't want any, you know, I don't want any sort of superficial, meaningless BS anymore. You know, sometimes it's just.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, all the people. It's just.
And why do you think you wanted to?
Love.
Sorry.
Just feeling.
So much love. Yeah. Why did you want to change that in a dialogue anyway? Like, why do you think it's important?
Why do I think it's important?
For you.
I guess. Up to a certain age, you just kind of become accustomed. You just think this is the way that I am.
Yeah, so true.
And you believe in it.
Yeah.
But I guess it was the point when I started to challenge those thoughts and perceptions, and I thought, hold on a minute. No, hold on a minute.
And also, why? How did you even get to that stage where you were like, hang on a minute, I don't need to be like this forever?
Yeah, pretty much. It was just, I guess there becomes a point where you just kind of go, fuck this. And I just thought, do you know what?
There's more.
Yeah.
You just knew.
And you become fed up of it, I think. You can only accept it for so long.
Yeah.
And then also, as you age, you kind of delve deeper into yourself and into your mind. And I'm someone who, I've always been like that. And I just thought, no, you don't have to be like this. And then, of course, you know, you've heard of so many people that talk about their stories of how they've like overcome this.
Yeah. What were you saying?
So
you got fed up and you were just like, it doesn't really need to be like this.
Yeah, I just thought, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to be like this anymore. And
Nice.
it seemed like a huge challenge, like a huge undertaking, but it almost felt like, no, man, you just have to be submissive to this life, like to this is just you, this way of thinking. But it's all these, you know, beautiful people that have had positive impact on me, believed in me, and on top of that, me questioning, do you really need to suffer like this? And also, you know, there's moments where, like over the years, I'm starting to feel more confident in myself, and like, yeah, I can do this, and yeah, so I think that since feeling that, I can just see it's just it's getting sort of better.
Yeah,
I think
it sounds like
getting more towards my goal.
Yeah.
Where I want to be.
Sounds like you just took responsibility, basically.
Yeah.
And where is your goal?
My goal. My goal, I think. So I have like personal goals, as in goals where I, as a being, want to get to, and then also goals of what I want to achieve in my life. And I think my personal goals are, I want to quieten this negative talk, and I want the positivity to start dominating, and I already feel like it's getting there.
Nice.
But I want to ultimately, I guess, just completely, wholeheartedly love myself, accept myself. Even if I'm not perfect, you know, no one is perfect. But I used to want to seek perfection, and now I genuinely can say, like, I feel like I am loving myself more.
Oh, that's good.
And I guess that's the ultimate goal. That should be the goal for everybody. You know, to find true happiness. You're never going to get it in other. If you find happiness in other things, without those things, you're just going to be empty. So.
Yeah, self-love. What does it mean to you? Or like, if you were to, we were just talking about how you think that's your goal.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get there, what would it look like or feel like?
Self-love would be pink and fluffy. No, I just feel like, you know, just happiness really, like self-love, completely accepting your flaws, and not giving yourself a hard time for things, and just wholeheartedly being satisfied and comfortable in your skin and with yourself. I think that's self-love.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then earlier you said you're taking steps towards that. What is it? Can you explain like what you're doing?
So it's different things. I've been doing a little bit of yoga last year and working out. I have had an on and off relationship with the gym. So for the last couple of years, I've just almost kind of neglected my physical health, and this also impacts on your psychological state as well.
Have you noticed that yourself?
Yeah, and I noticed a difference. Like, so I think 2 years ago, I signed up to the gym, and on and off I go to the gym, go to do yoga in between, and you know, it's not that you immediately feel fucking great, but I can see the difference. I've got more energy, I feel better, like at work I'm not. And then of course you look better and you feel better, I guess. About yourself, yeah. And then, so yoga, and what else? Been meditating again since the age of 21. I did a meditation course, and the reason I did that course, it was a one-to-one session with this meditation teacher. I did it because I have insomnia, and the insomnia is better now, but it was a huge problem, especially once I started my nursing job, and then doing long days, night shifts, long days. And of course that fucks up your sleep pattern anyway, it could be anybody, but sleep is just so important, and I also think that's what contributes to to the way that I feel sometimes. I feel just so exhausted.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and withdrawn, like when I remember in my first job, when I started working, I would feel so shattered at a certain time because we do long days. At a certain point of the day, I'm gone. And also, then I'm meeting friends afterwards, and I don't have the energy. I really don't. And to be honest with you, a lot of time when I first started nursing is it sucks the soul out of you. It's just, when I first started nursing, my socialising went downhill. I didn't have the energy. And then I became a bit, not introverted as such, but it lost its appeal, and I just kept feeling like I'm too tired. I just want to be in bed, I want to be at home. No idea what the question was.
So meditation.
Oh yeah,
Does that help? Like,
that's another thing.
Does that help with your insomnia?
Yeah, I think the problem is I've been doing it on and off, but this year
So not consistently?
Not consistently, but I do think I believe in it, and I do think it's got huge powers and benefits if you do it properly.
So have you noticed that already?
In the past, when I mean, there was, again, on and off with it, but there was a period when I was meditating consistently, and I did feel the difference in the way, you know, just in the way that I felt. Anxiety was definitely reduced, feeling calmer, but then I stopped. So that's the thing. Sometimes I'm really terrible with disciplining myself, especially with things that are really. These are so important, you know.
Yeah.
I go to work, and I have no choice. I guess I've got to make money, but I make it a priority to see my friends. But I don't make it a priority to engage in activities that will help my well-being, you know, improve my sort of psychological well-being. So do you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm just trying to put a focus on that. And again, I know I've worked out things that help me. So it's just about engaging in those things. Yeah.
Do you think there's anything that can help you with your discipline? Have you ever thought about how to work on that?
To be honest with you, it's just got to come from within.
Nice.
Like, if I can't expect anyone else to help me along the way. I can't. Otherwise, it's not real. It's not really. It's not going to happen. I think unless I sort of say, you need to do this now or never. So, yeah.
Yeah. So like the first to just want to.
Yeah.
Get better, man.
And knowing the potential that because at the moment I feel like I'm giving it maybe, well, right now I'm feeling fine, I'm calm, but over the years I probably feel like I'm giving 60%, 70%, and I know that I've got so much more to give.
Nice. Cool.
And I guess I'll get more out of life, you know, if I'm giving more. So that's the focus.
And then, do you think as you've gone along, has it like increased your level of freedom?
Yeah.
And how?
I'd say before I'd hold myself back from doing things. Whereas, you know, even going to Sri Lanka on my own, even I do a bit of fashion blogging for fun. I used to hate being photographed, and I still am not 100%. But the fact that I can do that, I almost forget how I used to be, and I really enjoy it as well. It's not just that I've overcome it; I enjoy it. It's just so much more. I feel a lot more comfortable in my skin, which in turn, I guess, makes you feel free.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because you don't have the limits basically.
Yeah,
in
it's
your
like
mind.
holding you back. Now it's just like cool, cutting those strings.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
And then, what does freedom mean to you? And is it important?
I think freedom is just complete unconditional love for yourself. And
that's so nice.
yeah, I think that's true freedom, I think. Because I think that over the years, I remember I used to think that this freedom that we're talking about, how could I feel free? And I used to think that it's always going to be from external things, external factors.
Yeah.
And once I learnt, shit is within me. Like, we've got the power to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you learn that?
God, lots of reading, lots of self-thought, or self-delving, like going, if that is even a phrase word, but I go into my mind a lot and and just recognizing, I think we all need to be more aware the way that we're thinking, you know, the effects of our actions and our thinking, and yeah, I think with age it's just that awareness is increased, and certain areas aren't as fulfilled as I want them to be, and that's when you start thinking, right, what's the problem here, you know?
Certain areas just in your life?
Yeah, just, you know, for example, when I started nursing, I'm not going out as much, my sleeping's crap.
Okay.
And there's just things that I want to have a more, I guess, I want to have a better connection with these things. Like I want to, there's just so much, okay, so I'm just trying to think of the way to say it. So when I went to Sri Lanka, I was so in the moment that time slowed down. And I literally, it's the simplest things, like I'm playing with a doggy, or my cousins on the bumpiest bus ride into this part of Sri Lanka called Kilnotchi. It's honestly the scariest thing ever. And in those rides, I was just like loving every second of it, even though it was an early morning thing that I had to get up at 7, you know, and it was only for a few days when I was there, but I remember just feeling like, I love this so much. The wind, it's just so picturesque and beautiful, and even, you know, it's not just that. I guess if you're when you travel, you're in a new place, and you're gonna really appreciate what you see around you because it's new. But I think I noticed that when I'm there, because I'm doing things that just are so meaningful to me, I think we all need to again engage in those activities that make us who we are.
Yeah.
And it's like feeding the soul.
Yeah.
That's why I think in turn I did feel great. Because again, it was almost like I'm doing stuff that I love, and I'm so in the moment when you're doing things that you love that it's like you're meditating. Does that make sense? It's like when I think about it, here I'm desperately going, come on, still quiet in your mind for 5 minutes. There, it's just every moment. And I think that when I come back here, there's so much I love about the UK as well, but I think that it's just, maybe now I associate it with the way that I've always behaved here. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I've just become so used to, okay, this is how I am here. But yeah, man.
It's just easier to go away.
Yeah. And then it's escapism.
Yeah.
Go away, yay, and then come back. But the truth is I've not had that feeling in anywhere. I've been to not loads of places, but quite a few. I've never had that feeling.
It's not like you can go anywhere.
No.
Just get it.
So I do think a big part of it is also, it's not just, you know, doing some meditation, eating healthy exercise, but it's engaging in activities that are really, that not just, you know, for example, for some people, I don't know, making money, they want a nice house, they think that this is what will make them happy. But that's not really who they are. That's just something, like it provides them with a superficial happiness.
Yeah.
So that's why I think everyone should find that thing that just makes them tick.
Welcome to the party.
Oh God, I love laughing about.
Diving deep into the being of Ravania.
Just remember that this is what it is all about. We were born to feel